Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. In today's project, we will use Dollar Tree notepad, 150 sheets. The dimensions of that notepad are 4 inches by 6, and it's about half an inch thick. We will use these little notes. This is the leftover I have from previous project. In the previous project, or one of the previous projects, we used this pad where I used the note section only, and I did cut out the bottom portion of it. So this is what that is. So we will use that. We will use chipboard. We will use 2 pieces 5 by 7. We will use 2 pieces 1 by 7, and we will use 1 piece 2 by 7. I will also use paper from this collection, Enchanted Botanica. I bought this one from Michael's, and I did share it on my last Michael's haul. So this is really beautiful collection. I used some papers already for previous projects from this collection. So the paper that I chose to use for this project is this, which is beautiful gold design and almost like a burgundy paper. I will use this for some decoration, and I will use this one for the inside. So we will need 2 pieces of this paper, and maybe before we start with the notebook, let's start with this, because this will take a little bit time to dry. So I will use some of the clips that I have. So this is the cutout that I have left over. So I'm going to bend that like this on an angle, and I am just going to apply the glue. So let's put the glue all over. Now I will turn this around and bend the opposite way, and I will do the same thing. I'm going to apply the glue. When you actually bend this paper, the glue gets onto inside of the pages, and it is holding really well. So now when it's glued just like that, I will apply the clips just to keep all of this together, to make sure that the glue is holding very well. And those are the clips that I have from Dollar Tree, but you could use any clips. Before I bought those, I actually used clips for paper bags. So let me put this on the side to dry, and we will start working on our project. So the 2 pieces of paper, we will glue it, but before we do that, let's pre-cut this to size. So let's make sure we cut it in the same way, because this is almost like with the design directional paper. So we're gonna cut this down to 9 inches and keep the leftovers. We will use them. Another one, 9 inches. So 9 inches will be the height, And I'm trying to make sure that the direction is the same, and I think it is. So we will apply thin strip of glue. And I'm trying to position the bottom of it as straight as I can, looking at my board. Okay. And the way we will position our chipboard is the 5-inch width first, then 1 inch, then 5 inches. Now, if I position like that, this will not work because the joint is right here. It has to be minimum of 1 inch overlapping on a chipboard. So we need to reposition this just like that. So then it will be 1 inch again and 2 inches, just like that. So let's glue this. Now I'm leaving approximately 1/8 of an inch space in between the chipboard. And to make sure I glue it straight, you can put something underneath to kind of adjust the way you glue it, because you want to make sure that the bottom part is nice and straight. Again, about 1/8 of an inch space in between. All right. Okay. So now we can trim the ends, and we're gonna leave approximately 1 inch of that paper on each side. Okay, so now let's take the spatula and run against the chipboard on all 4 sides. So I'm folding the spatula and I'm kind of running against that edge. I think this is the shortcut that I found without actually scoring, and it seems to be working pretty well. So I guess if we can make it quicker, the better it is, without, of course, compromising the quality of our project. So let's fold this. Okay. All right, so now we will miter the corners, just a small angle, and we leave some of that paper right here on the corner, so we don't cut directly to the chipboard. You need to leave a little bit of that paper, so when we wrap it, it's a really nice wrap of the corner. So now we can apply the glue. Okay, so now we're gonna work right in between the chipboard, just to stretch that paper just a tiny bit. Okay. So now our cover is just about done. So for the inside, I will use this one, but before we use that, we got this leftover paper and we will cover the spine. So let's trim this 6 3/4. We will apply the glue and glue this. So I'm positioning this on the middle, as you can see, just like that. Let's make sure this adheres. And now I will find the space where the spine is, and I will just run it few times. You don't want to push it too hard, you don't want to break the paper, but you want to define that spine right here, just like that. So now when you fold that, you can see that the paper is really nicely stuck. If it's not, just run over. It has to stick really, really well. Okay. And we do the same thing to this side. Right on the middle. And we run right in between where that spine is. So let's make sure this is stuck. And now we have our cover. So now for the front, to me, this is way too plain. This is the reason why I chose to use something different to kind of highlight this side. And I'm gonna use this one. So we're gonna cut this to 1 3/4 by 6 3/4. And we will glue this just like that. So it's just a little bit of something. Now we can decorate this Freda if you want, and maybe we will at the end. But for now, let's work on the inside. So for the inside, I will use this paper. So for the height, we need 6 3/4. Then we need 2 pieces, 4 3/4. We need 2 pieces, 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4. And one more, 3/4. And we need 1 piece, 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. All right, so that will be for the spine. here, and here is the last piece. So now let's glue this. So the space around the border, it should be approximately 1/8 of an inch. If it's a little off, that's okay. You know, I think this one is kind of perfect for fall. And that collection is actually, the paper collection, it's actually fall collection. Okay. So our cover is ready. And now we can work on a notebook. We're going to position it just like that, but we will decorate the front. So to decorate the notepad, I want to use a little bit more of a color. So I chose this paper from the same collection. But I think all the colors are going to match just beautifully. So this notepad is actually 4 inches and 1/16. So we're gonna cut this paper to 4 inches and a little bit more than 1/16, about 1/8. So let's see. Okay, it does cover the whole front, which is perfect. So since I have this up, we don't need to cut anything else. So now to cover the notepad, we have done this before. You saw me doing that before. The process will be still the same. I will apply the glue right here on the top of the notepad. And I will match up the bottom and the sides to make sure that the front of that notepad is totally covered. Just like that, making sure we don't glue any pages. Okay. So now we take the spatula, we fold it over, crease it right here and right towards the back. Just like that. Now, I don't want to glue this just like that. I think it's going to look much nicer when we glue only portion of it. So from the score right here, I am going to just trim it. I'm going to keep only about 1.5 inches. So when we glue it, will be just like this. So let's apply the glue. And we will glue this just like that. All right. I think this is just perfect. So now for the front, I have these cataparts. I don't know where they came from, but you can use anything that you have, making sure that you like the message that you have on the catapart and that your colors do match your design. So I think I will use this one. leave in a moment. So we can place it right here. Now I think it would look much nicer if we have any type of border, and I think darker color would look better. So let's see how this would look. This doesn't really stand out too much. I prefer even darker than this. In my leftover bin, I have black cardstock, and I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do with the little black border. So let me apply this onto the cardstock, and then we will just trim it. Okay. And I think I like it when it's a little higher. Just like that. And we will position it right here. Now we will make this one removable, and I do have this paper left, so I am going to make it bend right out of this. The measurements don't really matter. Whatever leftover paper you have, you could use. So I'm going to position it on the back, just like that. Fold over one side. Pull it just a tiny bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and let's fold the other side. So now we can apply the glue only on those two flaps, and don't go too close to the edge because you don't want to glue the notepad. And I will position this just like that on the middle. Let me remove this and let's squish it. Okay. And here it is. So now for this side, I really like this look. I don't know if this dried yet. Not quite. That's okay. So now I still have this paper left, and we will make pen holder. I will use this one. So I will cut this to 2-inch strip, and we will need 2.5 inches. So now we can score, and we will score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. We will fold this over and glue it together just like that. And we got our pen holder, which we position. So I'm looking where the double thickness is. That's where I'm going to apply the glue. I will place my pen because I do want to see how I would like to position this. And I think I will do it right here. Just like that. See, beautiful fit. So now I think this should be about ready. Let me put away my clips. Okay, as you can see, it's a nice tear. So now this I will cut into 2 pieces. Just like that. And we will position them right here. So these, I am not making them removable. So I will just apply the glue. Just make sure this is stuck. I can feel it that they are not totally dry yet. But you can feel it when you tearing this up. So for today and for tomorrow, I think beautiful message. We just need closure to this. So for the closure, I am gonna use Velcro. I don't think we need to use 2. I'm gonna use only 1. So now when we close it, align it to make sure that everything is nice and straight, and just push it right down. Okay. So here is our project. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it came out just absolutely beautiful. It's a very nice presentation. It's a gorgeous gift for anybody. I think anyone who would receive this would be very happy. So thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping me company. If you like this video, please hit like button. I would appreciate if you could share this video, if you could comment, subscribe. All of those things really help my channel grow. That helps a algorithm to push my video out there so more people can actually watch it. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon in my next video.